Hey, how's it going? I'm Chris. So if you're anything like me, then the chances are you've thought about or are in the very early stages of starting your own YouTube channel. And I wanted to make this video to talk through the 3 key reasons why I've decided to do exactly that in my 40s. And I hope some of these will resonate with you to encourage and inspire you to take that first step or perhaps continue on the early stages of your journey. So to give you some context here, I'm 44 years old. I live in the UK. I live in Yorkshire. I was born in Bradford. I've always lived in and around Yorkshire. I live here with my wife and 2 daughters. They are 15 and 9. I work in a corporate sales sort of role and have done for the last 20 odd years. And I've decided to start a YouTube channel. So if I could do it, first thing to say is you certainly can, okay? So I'm sort of massive introvert really, and this is a bit of an experiment, I guess, to see where it takes me. So the first reason for me starting this channel is around connecting with myself. So I think as a dad, if you are a dad, or maybe you're a mum, grandmother, grandfather, who knows what you're doing, but the chances are, you know, if you get to this stage in life, then you're probably dedicating a lot of your time to other people. And that's kind of right. That's what happens, isn't it? When you enter fatherhood or motherhood, you accept that, as my daughters would say, your life's over now, Dad. But hopefully it's not. And I'm trying to kind of demonstrate that through this channel. But you do give a lot of your time and energy to your family. And through that, you're probably doing that, committing yourself to a lot of time via work. So you have very little time for yourself. So this is me sort of carving out some me time to connect with myself and then hopefully with you, the other side of the camera. So I mentioned before that I am sort of on the introverted side of the scale. So certainly throughout my working career, I've always found it very difficult to take my whole self to work because, you know, I work to live, I don't live to work. So, you know, if I could spend more time at home doing this kind of thing or with my family, then of course I would do that. And I think probably most people would. So I've always kind of had that distinction between work and home. And I just really want to build a life where I can just live as true to myself as possible. So that's why I'm kind of looking into the blank, dark abyss of a camera lens, hoping to connect with myself and with other people as well. So that's kind of the first reason. It's kind of an opportunity for me to grow. I don't quite know how that's going to happen, but I've taken the first step. You know, this video is another step along that journey. I will reflect on this video and other videos and hopefully develop my skills and become more comfortable at seeing myself on camera and just seeing who I really am and letting that kind of develop out on camera. So hopefully you can join me on that journey, because the second reason for starting the channel is to try and connect with other people. So I do have another YouTube channel that I started about a year ago. It's on just over 1,000 subscribers at the moment. It's not quite monetized because it's not hit the watch hours yet, but that's more of an educational video around starting a clothing brand. And because it's more educational, it's kind of difficult to connect with people authentically when you're trying to teach them, or that's what I've found, which is part of the reason why I've started this channel. So yeah, I want to try and connect with other like-minded people and build a community if I can. So it's about, as well as about connecting with myself, it's connecting with other people. And I suppose growing up, I've had a small group of friends that I'm still in touch with from school. You don't get to see them as much as you sort of develop and, you know, sort of life gets in the way. You don't see them as often. So I can connect with them on a relatively deep level, some of them, but it's few and far between. So this is an opportunity for me to try and connect with more people, I suppose, just to see who's out there really, I guess. And Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so getting back to it, I suppose I've decided that I want to try and change myself, but part of what I think is going to fulfill me in the longer term as I move from my 40s to my 50s is having an impact on more people, not just my immediate family. So can I encourage people or other people, maybe it's fellas my age, I don't know, maybe it's broader than that, maybe you can tell me in the comments below, but you know, I think I've lived a life up until this point and I've learned quite a lot, and it's probably worth sharing. And I think there are probably a lot of other fellas in the UK and probably around the world maybe that are in the same boat as me, that just want an opportunity to get things off their chest and share things. And that's really what all this is. You know, I'm not expecting a huge number of people to be watching this in the early stages, so I feel quite free to be able to share some of my more intimate thoughts. Whether that will remain the same as, you know, maybe the channel grows, I'm not quite sure, but hopefully you'll come on that journey with me and you can share your own thoughts as well around some of the content that I'm sharing. I think I've observed a lot of channels in terms of looking at how to grow YouTube channels, and a lot of people talk about, you know, to what extent you should niche down, and there's a lot of talk at the moment around you are the niche. I suppose I'm kind of trying to embrace that. I'm not quite sure how the topics of this channel are going to evolve, but it'll really be a case of talking about things that I'm living through that maybe you are as well, and just trying to be as real as possible. Like, for example, this video, I don't intend on editing it or cutting it at all. A, I haven't got the time to do it, and B, I just don't enjoy those types of videos anymore. I'd rather sit and listen to somebody that's sort of like-minded, and hopefully you do the same as well. And I think the third thing, which kind of links into connecting with myself and with other people, is around doing that and what that gives me. So I think I'm hoping that gives me hope. I think one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I am disillusioned, if you like, with the life that I've created for me up until this point. Yes, I'm massively proud of my family and my daughters and my wife and everything that I've done to sort of build a home, but there's something missing. You know, I don't want to spend the next 20 years working my arse off for somebody else. I want to create my own financial and time freedom through embracing who I am and trying to make that a sustainable way for me to live. If not in my 40s, then certainly as things grow into my 50s, 60s. And, you know, I don't want to be in my 70s working at the local supermarket to, you know, subsidise my state pension. I'd much rather have a YouTube channel as a 70-year-old talking about all my life experiences and connecting with people and making a few quid off the back of it. So that's part of the reason as well. So I'm giving myself hope for the future, I suppose, by starting this channel. And I think maybe you can do the same as well. Clearly, I think the number of people that blow up on YouTube are few and far between. I think the difficulty is you can compare yourself to other people doing exactly that. You develop imposter syndrome and you never start. So I've accepted that I'm starting messy. I'm not perfect. I'm probably never going to be perfect, but I've started it as a long-term project. So over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, hopefully I'll still be putting out content and connecting with you on this very channel. So if you like the sound of that, then please consider hitting the like button, and hopefully that will mean that this video gets shared with more people. And yeah, if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome too. Yeah, and leave me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are. So I'm Chris. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.